What is up, y'all? We are back for day 2 of Grand Slam track in Kingston. If you did not watch my recap for yesterday's day 1, please go watch that. Also, if you're new here, please subscribe. Please do that as well. Please thumbs up the video. That helps out so much with pushing it out, getting more people to us, and drop a comment down below. The engagement helps as well. But if you didn't watch yesterday, I said I was kind of a little bit underwhelmed. Today was a little bit better in terms of the broadcast. In terms of the action on the track, 10 times better. It was good running yesterday, but today was good. It was electrifying. We had some electrifying performances. I'm really, really excited to break down what we have for today. I'm excited for tomorrow. I'm excited for the rest of the slams because I know somebody that's going to be in a couple of the slams. So I'm excited for that whenever that drops, that announcement drops later on. But yeah, let's not waste too much time. Let's go ahead and get on into breaking this down. All right, so we started off with the short hurdles. The men are out, the 110s. We got a lineup of Dylan Beard, Sasha Zoya, Freddie Crittenden, Daniel Roberts, Cordell Tinch, Omar McLeod, Eric Edwards, and Orlando Bennett. Orlando, if I'm remembering correctly, Orlando was not even in this lineup. This lineup is pretty formidable, truthfully. Like, the names here are not slouches. Yes, we're missing Grant. Yes, we're missing Hansel. Yes, we're missing Rasheed Brabell and Devin Allen. But this is a good lineup. It was better than the lineup that they initially had. So I was excited to see this, and the race did not disappoint. It did not disappoint. Me personally, if I was going to bet, which is it's a gamble betting on hurdles, because we all know anything can happen. Anybody can hit a hurdle, and it can completely derail the race for that particular athlete. But if I was to bet, I would have put my money between Daniel, Freddie, and probably Orlando Bennett. Not counting indoors. If we count the indoors, Dylan Beard, I probably would have put my money on him because Dylan ran indoors and looked really, really good indoors. For the most part, I believe he was the only one. I know Eric Edwards, I believe, ran a couple races indoors. Cordell Tinch, I think he did as well. Daniel did not. Freddie Crittenden, I think he might have ran one. Sasha Zoya did not. So, yeah. And Sasha Zoya, I probably would have put my money on him too. But this was a good race. And the reason why I want to say it was a good race is because it came down on the line. Yes, Dylan Beard shot out. Dylan Beard got out really, really well. Daniel Roberts did as well. But Daniel hit hurdle number 2, which kind of stunted his momentum a little bit. But he did pull it back together to get close on that line at the end. But look at the times. As you see here, Sasha Zoya, he was gone. That's the thing with Sasha. Sasha is one of those athletes. Now he's young. He's 22, I think, now. He's on the rise now. Like, his last half of the season last season was his best part of his running. Like, he set a personal best. And coming into this season, you can already tell he's super confident considering how he finished last season. And he ran pretty well. I don't think he clipped too many hurdles in this particular race. But as you see here, Dylan Beard, he is the winner, getting 12 points. He ran 13:29 to win first. But look from second all the way down to, what is that, 6th? You see the times. We got 13:34 for Sasha Zoya, 13:35 for Freddie Crittenden, 13:36 for Daniel Roberts, 13:38 for both Cordell Tinch and Omar McLeod. That's how close it was on the line. I love races like that when it's so close on the line, like what we can think of with the 100 meters for the men at the Olympic Games last year, the hurdles for the women last year. Those type of races are the races that will get people wanting to watch this. And I feel like these guys delivered. Dylan Beard, shout out to him. Like, he is sponsored by Sam's Club. Out of everybody on this line, he's the only one that's not sponsored. I believe Eddie might not be sponsored. But essentially, for him to win this, depending on how he runs tomorrow, he could really make a payday. Like, he could really make a payday. In terms of the 100, though, Omar McLeod is the favorite in my mind, especially on paper. But I'm excited to see him run. I'm excited to see Daniel in the open win. Dylan Beard, like I said, if he puts up a good performance, gets in the top 2 or 3, he could win that 100. So that will be big for him. But this was a good race to start it off. I was very excited watching it. And I was very excited for the rest of the night because I'm like, this is how we starting it. Let's hope it stays this way. And I think it did. But we're going to move on to the long sprints who ran the 400 yesterday. They're running the 200 today. On paper, the best person in this race for the 200 would have been Jereem Richards. As we have here, there's the lineup: Matthew Hudson-Smith, Chris Bailey, Jereem Richards, Vernon Norwood, DeAndre Watkins. Cannot pronounce his name. I'm not even going to try and do it to disrespect him. Samukonga and Barnes. So, on paper, Jereem Richards was the favorite. On paper, 100%. But also, when you think about Matthew Hudson-Smith, the way he runs his 400, he is booming the first two, almost 300. Like, he takes that part of the race out. So, the first 200 of a race is like, okay, we'll see. And that's what happened. Running this race, Jereem Richards was out. For the most part, Jereem Richards was really the one coming around the curve. He was in the lead. Christopher Bailey was making a move too. Matthew Hudson-Smith was right there as well. It came down to them on the line. Vernon Norwood had a terrible lane draw. He was on the inside, and he still pushed. He pushed hard to potentially end up getting second, because as you see with the times there for the 200, Matthew Hudson-Smith, he got Jereem Richards on the line, but he won 20.77. Christopher Bailey 20.93, which put him in the second place with the points combined. He was in fifth place. Jereem Richards was second, which I was super excited for him because of that performance that he had yesterday in the 400. I felt like he could have did a lot better, and I'm pretty sure he thought the same. But for him to then come up here and get second place, it put him in a good position to get some money. I think he got $30,000, finishing third for this particular slam. And Vernon Norwood fourth. So it's not too bad. It's not too bad. As you see here, here's the lineup. We have our first slam champion. So both events for this group is done for this slam in Kingston. And as you see here on the left side, our winner of the slam is Matthew Hudson-Smith. Went home with $100K. Not too bad. Not too bad to open your season. Like, not too bad to open your season. Normally in Diamond Leagues, at most, if I'm remembering correctly, $10,000 is what the winner normally would get per meet. So you got that and more with one meet. And there's 3 more meets. So, and Matthew Hudson-Smith is a racer, so he's going to be there. And he has a chance to end up potentially getting $400,000 at the end of this. So, shout out to him. Shout out to Christopher Bailey. He got him a payday. I think it's, what is that, $50,000? I can't remember, but we'll get that eventually. But shout out to Jereem Richards. Like I said, he ended up getting up to third to get that $30K. So, shout out to him. Shout out to the boys. They put together a good performance both days. So, yeah, we're going to move on to this one right here. I told y'all last night, Tia Jones. Tia Jones was not in the lineup immediately. She, I'm assuming, was filling in for Nia Ali, who was sent to be a challenger, and she scratched. I told y'all last night, Tia Jones, the way Tia Jones was running last season indoors, she was set to be on a tear outdoors. She broke that world record. Well, I don't want to say, well, she didn't break. Will she break it? I think she tied the world record with Devin Charlton. But and then she ended up injuring herself, tearing her ACL right at USA's. I was about to say after, but right at USA's. After she finished winning that title, she went up on the bank, came down, and tore her ACL, which took her out for the rest of the season, even though she did come back to run one race at nationals or at trials. But she pulled out of the semifinal, which I think was smart, because coming back after 3 or 4 months after surgery for an ACL, that was not what I would have done. But like I said, she would have, what I'm essentially trying to say is that she would have made some noise if she was in good health last season come Olympic trials. I feel like she would have made the team. But her coming here, and I don't know if you all do know or don't know, but if you don't know Tia Jones, all you got to do is Google her. Everything that's been going on with her the last month, with her ex-fiance Xavier Worthy, Kansas City Chief wide receiver, everything that's going on there, I'm not pointing blame at anybody, considering what has been said on both ends. But considering that, and not only that, she's battling that as well, the public scrutiny. A lot of people are on her head online. So that, for her to come out here with this lineup, you got Danielle Williams, Jasmine Camacho Quinn, and when I say Danielle Williams, 2-time world champion who is at home in Jamaica. Jasmine Camacho Quinn, Olympic champion, world medalist, global championship medalist the last 4 years. She's been with a medal. Akira Nugent, who is at home, who set her PR, broke the Jamaican record at this stadium last year, ran the world lead last year, who 12:24 I think is now her PR. And then Masai Russell, who just went on a tear indoors, is the reigning Olympic champion. Denisha Cartwright, who gets a very, very strong start. She's really, really good indoors. Come on. So for her to get out here and do this, she was running like she had some real shit on her mind. And when I say some real shit, like some real shit, I'm running to get some money. This money is on the line in his mind. And that's what she did. Like getting out, Denisha Cartwright got out the best, which I was expecting. Because like I said, indoors she runs really, really well. She gets a like I said I think I said it last night or either the night before. The way she was running indoors, her start, if she would have figured out that start, if that start didn't take her by surprise in that semifinals at Indoor Worlds, she might have made the final and could have did some damage. So her start is the best part of her race. So I was excited to see how she was going to close off them last 4 hurdles. But she was right next to Tia, which Tia could key off of her because Tia was right there with her. Danielle Williams was out there in, I want to say, lane 8. She was right there with him too the whole time. And Tia just got out. And Tia was ahead in the lead, I want to say from hurdle 4 all the way down to the end. Jasmine was challenging. Jasmine was trying to get up there. Danielle was right there on the side. Akira Nugent and Masai Russell, I was shocked to see them not in the top 2 spots, truthfully. Masai, I don't know what happened with her. She was coming at the end, but it was too late. I don't know what was happening with her. She didn't get a good start at all. So that was interesting to see, especially considering how she was running indoors. I felt like her confidence would have been even more intact. But who knows? We'll see what happens. Maybe it was just a bad race. But yeah, this was good. Tia Jones. Shout out to Tia Jones. Like I said, I'm not trying to talk about her personal business, but for you to get out here and perform like this, with a field like this, with the money on the line like this, her mental is right. And you can't do nothing but respect that, no matter where you stand in terms of her personal life and what you think you know and what you don't know. You can't do nothing but respect what she put on that track. Like, shout out to her. She ended up getting 12 points. We'll see how she runs tomorrow in that 100. Because if she finishes in first or second, she going to get $100,000. That's crazy. Shout out to Danielle Williams. Like I said, I love her. She has probably the most perfect hurdle form that I've seen from a woman hurdler in a while. She performed well at home. Jasmine, Miss Camacho Quinn, she always finishes close to the top. And she ended up getting 6 points. Akira Nugent, 5 points. Masai Russell, 4. Denisha Cartwright, 3. Amber Hughes, 2. 1263 in April, not bad at all. I think it was a negative 1.32. So if you really take the win calculator to legal win, Tia just ran essentially 12.5, 12.4. So doing that shit in April, crazy. Especially after an ACL injury. Good job. This one right here, no shock here. Melissa Jefferson winning. No shock here. Melissa was in cruise control. Jacious Sears, she was out there. I was thinking it was going to be between her and Jacious. So I'm not shocked that they were in the top 3. Jenna Prandini was the shock. She ended up, as we all know, if you don't know, her and Kenny Harrison left Bobby Kersey this year. They are now in Arizona. Clearly it paid off. Bobby don't have his athletes running that often, and she's one of those ones I feel like needs to be running a little bit more often. But Jenna, she's a 200-meter specialist, and she showed up. Jenna looked good coming home, which I'm very interested in seeing because I feel like on paper, out of all these girls in the 200, her and Daryll Neita are the 2 threats, in my opinion. And considering how Jenna was looking, Jenna might end up winning tomorrow, which could end up putting her in first place. I'd be shocked if Jenna ends up walking away with $100,000. Shout out to her. But Jacious Sears, good first outdoor pro meet. She looked really, really good. Like I said, I feel like she's going to shake some shit up come time for nationals. I think she can make that world team. Sha'Carri, I feel like Sha'Carri's a lock. Melissa Jefferson right now, I feel like she's a lock. I feel like Jacious Sears is going to be fighting for that 3rd spot. So we'll see what it looks like come July. But Daryll Neita, 11:33. Kemba Nelson, 11:37. Yeah, those are the points. That's what you see here for the 100. Not too much to really talk about. Melissa just owned it. She dominated. Kenny motherfucking Bednarek, man. Kung Fu Kenny got him a payday. The first winner of both events. Kenny came here with a mission. He did what he wanted to do, at the games. He won the 1 and the 2. Kenny got 100K, 24 points. All points that he could get, he got. And this was not even close. Coming off the turn, he was in the lead by a good 3 meters in front of everybody else. Everybody else. It wasn't even close. Fred looked a lot better today. He ended up coming up to third. Courtney Lindsey, I was shocked that he fell to 6th. I was expecting him to be a little bit closer, top 3. But as you see here, the breakdown with them, Zharnel Hughes, I'm not shocked about him being in the top 2. Oblique Seville, not too bad. 2043, not too bad, but he finished 5th. But that's the breakdown. Kenny is looking really, really good. Kenny is looking really, really good going into this season. He is a racer, so he will be at all 4 slams if he keeps this shit up. And no real challengers step up. Payday too, so that's going to be real interesting to see. But y'all let me know what y'all's thoughts are on this particular event as well. As you see there in the lead, Kenny got 24. He got 100,000. Zharnel Hughes walked away with the 2nd place prize, and Oblique Seville with the 3rd. Kenny is the slam champion. We move on to this. This race was crazy. Sawaid Nasser. Like I told y'all a couple weeks ago when she opened her season in the Dominican Republic, she ran 48. Before I was rudely interrupted, like I said, she opened her season running 48. So I was excited to see how she was going to run today. As you see, 48.67, she had the lead coming in at 300 meters. 300 meters. She dominated, which means she going to be looking good. Fingers crossed that she stays healthy come time for World Championships. She could do something real special if she keeps this form going into World Championships. And that's the thing. Her running so hot so quick could be good or bad. At this point, I hope she don't run too many races because I don't want her to end up getting injured. But wow, what a performance. In my opinion, this was the performance of the meet so far. 100%. 48.67. Y'all, my software don't want me to be great. But Gabby Thomas, she is the Grand Slam champion for this this particular event group. She ended up finishing 2nd. She literally ran down Paulino on the line. Like, she was right there with Paulino essentially the rest of the 300 all the way to last 100. She ended up grabbing 2nd place to get her that win. She got 20 points. So, Gabby, wow. For 400 with Paulino, Alexis Holmes, Sawaid Nasser, Nikisha Price, that's a big win. That's a big win. Paulino ended up finishing 3rd overall, so she got $30,000. It's early in the season. She just opened her season. We all know she can get down. So I'm excited to see her the rest of the slam season. She is a racer as well, so we'll see her. Alexis Holmes got up for 4th in this one, so she got herself up in the ranks because she finished 6th yesterday. Dina Asher-Smith, she up there. She finished the way she needed to finish, but she had a poor lane draw though. So come on. But Dina looked good. I'm pretty sure she's gonna be running a little bit better if she ends up running a couple more slams. We'll see how she does there. But that is the breakdown here. Nikisha Price, I was shocked that she ended up finishing the way she did. I thought she would be a little bit closer to the top 3. But, I mean, it's the first race of the season for her, too, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. But, yeah, this was the final event of the day. Like I said, I was very excited about this. Today was a lot better. The broadcast, like I said, again, I feel like they have still a little bit of dead air. I feel like they could give a little bit more excitement when it comes to the broadcast itself. But the turnout was a lot better tonight. The Jamaicans were there. The horns were going. I love the horns. The Jamaicans horns. And they were showing love to everybody. Everybody. So shout out to them. Tomorrow is the last day of the Kingston Slam. So I'm excited for that as well. We'll finish that up. If you got this far and have not already thumbs up the video, please do that. Do that for me. It's free of charge. Drop a comment down below. Please subscribe if you are new. I'm going to be here all season for the slams. I'm going to try and do some diamond leagues as well. And, of course, I'm going to be here for World Championships. So, if you are here for track and field, you need to be here for me. So, hit that subscribe button, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace out.